Hello everybody and welcome back to Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase here on the channel. This is a voiceover that I'm recording after I did this because I didn't know how long it was going to take to beat this phantom virus. But if you've enjoyed Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, do me a favor, like button, subscribe button, let me know a game you'd like to see replace Scooby-Doo. Doesn't have to be a horror game or a PS1 game, but just let me know. So the first attempt at the phantom virus, I was trying to figure out how to get him to miss me on these looping figure eights that he does. And for some reason, I was trying in the middle. It's been a while since I've played the game, about, I think, a week to 2 weeks. So I was trying to figure out, what some strategies you can use to avoid the hits at the figure eight, because his first two phases are that looping figure eight, then he does this lightning strike phase. Yeah, again, haven't played the game in a while. Does this lightning strike phase, then he splits into three. Two of them are fake, one of them are real. I don't think the two fake ones can hurt you. Only the real one can, which, as you can see there, that's how I died in this one. Didn't even get to phase 3. And I was anticipating this boss to take at least an hour, as I was also trying to figure out if I could jump over him or crawl under him, because as you can see, he's kind of gives off the impression that, he's floating, he's not running, right? So I was wondering if maybe you could just get low enough to go under him. That wasn't gonna work. Tried to see if I could jump over him. That wasn't going to work. It was really everybody basically on the internet who was doing walkthrough stuff for this fight were basically saying it's a very cheap fight. Which, for a kid's game is just why? I don't understand it. But I think I die before the third phase of this fight as well. Yeah, I also thought maybe if you got far enough away from their attack, maybe they would stop and then go back up. Figured out that wasn't the case. This fight just seems so bizarre, and then I tried to think of maybe going as far away from him as possible when they're doing the loops, and that didn't work. The strat that I ended up using was just the definition of, yep, I should have expected that was what I needed to do. Because staying in the middle wasn't getting me anywhere, which, looking back on that, not the smartest thing that I've ever tried, because that is, that would be as bad as basically standing in front of him, right? There's an easier option for getting out of this fight. I don't even know if I get to phase 3 in this fight. Nope. Yeah, and also you can see how many attempts. I think it was 7 or 8 attempts before I could actually defeat him. But then I came up with this idea of maybe I just need to stay as far away from him as possible. Noticed that there was a bit of a chance for me to actually miss the attack. So the other problem, though, is you can't be in the figure 8. But I was noticing that the attacks weren't hitting as often. I tried to stay as far away from the figure 8 as possible there, and realized that wasn't going to work either, because he could still hit me as he was looping around to finish the first loop of the 8. It is really just, this boss fight is obnoxious. You can actually see me learning the fight as I go through in this video, because I'm trying all these different ways. I was thinking maybe you could just not stay in the middle for this part, but nope, that was not a good idea. That would have hit me, but it was a fake. So I'm like, okay, so the real one is this one, which I'm not sure how I got that hit. Still was worried, by the way, on the pies running out during the middle of the fight. And then there's this final phase. And he does that attack. What looks like in that scene, I didn't get to see the entire thing of it, but I saw that he at least does that attack 4 times, and an invulnerability frame lasts a full sequence. So the first attack hits you, you get a vulnerability frame for the second attack. Still was trying to work out where exactly to be with these loops. Realized I couldn't just predict the ending of where the thing was going to be. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I was like, maybe if the figure eight starts at the top left, he'll go top left, bottom left, top right, and then do the attack bottom right. Wasn't working. He could hit me from there. Which, now thinking back on it, I'm not entirely sure why he can hit me from there, but he couldn't hit me consistently in the location that I ended up picking. That doesn't actually make any sense, because that distance should be exactly the same. But as you can see right there, I actually got through this without getting hit at all, which left me in a bit of a problem, which is that I didn't hit him, because I didn't know which one to hit. And then just flat out missed two of the pie throws. So that's the real one. Then you get extra pies, so I was like, okay, I guess I wasn't paying attention to where the real one was in the actual fight. Because I read on some, page, some walkthrough page, that the best way to avoid that attack was to run towards his arm and go, underneath it as he was attacking. And that turned out to be ineffective until the last fight. So I think this is when I learn, yeah. So basically I need to run as fast as possible to where he starts the figure eight, and then run diagonally in the direction away from where he'll start the final attack. That's basically what I learned. So if he starts bottom right, he's going to go bottom right, top right, bottom left. If I run bottom right and then diagonally run up right, and then he attacks, and you jump at basically just as he starts the attack, you 60% of the time can dodge it. Every 2 out of 3 times. And what I was basically trying to calculate was, this is a kid's game, remember? What I was basically trying to calculate was, still have yet to find, that's where I learned that you get an extra frame. So basically I learned that it's 5 attacks, then you get a chance. Which means you need to go into the final thing with 4 hit points. You have 5. So you need to go out of it with 4. Right there you see me successfully dodging one of the attacks. But you can't be in the middle though, because then he'll hit you as he's finishing the 8. That's where that problem was. The good news is if they hit you once here, then you can somehow manage a way to not get hit at all in the second phase, which the lightning isn't the problem, it's the stupid clone thing. You can get a final boss fight phase where you will get hit 3 out of 5 attempts, survive with 1 life, and hit him to win the game. That is literally what my plan basically was. As if I could get through with 4 hit points to the final boss fight, I would win. That is the best strategy that I came up with. Because right here is 3 hit points. So there's the first hit. Can't get hit then. Second hit, and I'm still trying to figure out what angle I'm supposed to take, because right there I ran, I guess you'd say, away from his attacking hand. Oh no, towards his attacking hand, but to the side of it. And I think I'm supposed to take more of a diagonal run underneath it. It's weird. This is not a boss fight that is fair in the slightest. I mean, you can see this time I got 2 hits straight. Finally got a miss, but this is basically already a done fight. I have nothing for this entire fight, because I've already been hit twice, so the final boss phase is going to hit 3 times, and I lose. And it is just, it's a mess. On the final, so just real quick, I'll give the rating for the game. I'd give this game, the final boss fight is so cheap that it just feels broke. So Probably like a 5. Thing is, the first four worlds are fine. I got no problem with the first 4 worlds. Oh, I was thinking maybe I could like run under him as he's doing the attack, because again, he's flying and he's got all that space that looks like you can just run underneath him as he's attacking. No. But yeah, I'd probably say this is like a 4.5. It's rough because the levels without the Phantom Virus really in it, besides the boss fights in the beginning, are fine. There's some annoying jumps, but they're not terrible. And then the final area is just absolutely. I just. They could have made it so much better, I feel like. This final boss fight just doesn't even seem fair. So yeah, I'll say a 4.5 out of 10. Probably my first game that I've rated like that bad, but it just, for who its target audience is, it strikes me as way too cheap of a boss fight. As you can see that time, dodged all 3 of the Phantom Viruses. Okay. So I had 4 hit points, and I believe... Yeah, this is the one. I think this is the ending one. Look at this. Miss, wrong angle and everything. Only hit me once. Misses that time. Hits me that time. I get it. Finish the fight. So, did everything, I think, wrong until the final phase. And then as my channel's full expectation. Final phase? That's when I win it by dodging 3 out of his 5 attacks. Yep. Welcome to the channel. But anyways, I think I let the credits roll, and that's just basically, it was just a credits scene. I don't think there's anything different. I obviously didn't collect all of the Scooby snacks. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, because it is incredibly difficult, and I think it's because you need to get them in, like, that multiplier going, so in a certain order and in a certain way. But, that's kind of the problem. I'm kind of right now in that thing of trying to figure out if I should, or I'm just going to leave it up to you guys. Do you want me to go back and try to get all the Scooby snacks, even though it'll be a complete pain? Or do you want me to move on and we can consider this game completed because we have gotten really everything done with the game? There's no achievements in this. It's a PS1 game. There's no trophies and there's no alternative ending from what I have read online. So it's kind of up to you guys. You guys want to consider this completed? Fine. If anybody wants me to go back and get all the Scooby snacks, let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, it'd be great if you could hit the like button and the subscribe button. Helps the channel grow. And I hope you all have an absolutely great day. Bye, everyone.